It's pop art like you've never seen before.
These works of art begin with memorable quotes, which focus on the importance of words and how they can either make or break a person.
Our portraits are then painted of iconic figures and the words that they've spoken. For example, Mahatma Gandhi and Michael Jackson you're seeing here. And artist Charlene Leong has a very impressive collection. Marilyn Monroe, I like it.
Yeah, and her pieces are on display in Singapore, so you get to see it. And she's here to tell us more. Welcome, Charlene.
Hi. Right, so what was the inspiration behind this pop art exhibition?
Well, I think there are like lots of commercial stuff that I do. So I thought, why not give back Ami's creation? And then I thought like, hey, why don't I use the power of words? And then create pop art series for like inspiration for anyone. So it's like getting inspiration from important quotes from artists.
Yeah, so what inspires you about words? Because, you know, traditionally visual art is about maybe pictures, but these are like words.
Yeah, because I'm actually very much into words. So it's like you mentioned just now, it could make or break you. So words are actually like timeless beauty. You know, they tell a thousand stories, and it could speak your heart or build character actually. So I thought, why not use words first as the initial message before any other message across, instead of the usual creation, and then that's it.
So how do you go about picking each person that you decide to put into picture? For example, Oprah Winfrey.
I will actually choose the quotes first, what speaks out to me.
Okay.
And then I will choose a suitable image to match. So it's like enhance the overall message across. Yeah, it's like to bring off the story behind.
Okay, so you actually start with that and then you go into a memorable expression. Yep. So how does that enhance the quote that you choose?
Say, for example, you know, like one artist, there's so many different quotes and so many different expressions.
Yeah.
So tell the story from the message first, an important quote, and then I'll link it with a memorable expression where it will enhance, I'm sure, you know, like the impression that you have, the trigger, the thought.
Okay, so how did you, what was the technique behind this piece then?
Well, I will create the words in ink first,
okay,
like sharp tip marker, and then I will come on to acrylic painting of the overall. Sometimes I will do outline, sometimes I won't. And then if you realize there are dapping of the brush, instead of actually only like brush strokes, which I didn't like. So,
okay. So that's, for example, what we're seeing on the screen right
correct.
now.
So you actually do like brush strokes that are like dapping effect, so that you won't see like literally brush strokes across.
Well, I love it though. It's, you know how a painting just comes to life with each little stroke. So how long did it take for you to finish this?
Probably a big piece like this, if it's full concentration, probably about 3 hours. Oh. But of course, if I would say with research involved, probably 3 days.
Okay, because you do have to research the quote, and
a lot.
This one particularly about secret in life.
Yep,
no
the big secret
event.
in life.
Well, what do you think of pop art in general? You know, do you think of it as black and white, or because most of the stuff that we've seen tends to be in color?
Yeah, but you know, I was like thinking, who says pop art has to be bright colors, has to be of the dead and famous? So I thought, I like the authenticity of things. So black and white, to begin with, is the classic origins of stuff. So I think, hey, why not create a pop art that is a different tier altogether, like with words, to enhance the overall effect.
I guess it doesn't distract from the words.
Yeah, that's
right. More emphasis on the meaning behind your artwork. Let's talk about some of your favorite pieces now. We'll have one called Lee Kuan Yew, Your Journey. We'll pull it up on screen for our viewers. How long did it take for you to come up with that one?
The whole process? You know, there are like lots of Lee Kuan Yew pieces. So I choose like different ones of the one that I chose like was Your Journey. So it talks about your life. You can never predict much to the future, at most to the near future, and you're open to changes and all.
Was this created before his passing? Was this meant to be a tribute?
Yeah, it's also like a tribute, which is previously why we actually donated trees as one of his initiatives. Yeah.
I like this one. We have one about Steve Jobs
Yep.
as well. Let's bring it up. This one is about courage, I think.
Correct. It talks about courage that like you always trust your initiative, your intuition actually. It always speaks to you in some sense. Like as long as you listen to it, it will tell you something or solutions for ideas that you need.
A very characteristic piercing eyes, quite fierce, Steve there, courage. And Ellen DeGeneres, happy.
Yeah.
Tell us about that piece.
Yeah, because happiness is one of the main key in life actually. You know, you could have life, you could have wealth, but happiness could make or break that as well. It sort of helps as it says, in a legal confinement. So it's like...
Oh, with her wife.
Yeah. so it's more of, as long as you're happy, things will be smooth. You know, like, if you are wealthy, it doesn't mean that you're happy.
Right?
Yeah.
Money can't buy happiness.
Good message,
Yeah.
good message.
Okay, we have one more. Another one. Lee Kuan Yew, teenage life.
Yeah, that's very much of like the culture in Singapore as well, like how teenagers would react these days. Yeah.
How do they react these days, Charlene? Tell us.
That's a big question. Well, it says like teenagers have their own mind and they're influenced by peers and the surroundings. So I would say probably built from a good, strong foundation instead of just, you know, be led by your surroundings. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a cute piece where Mr. Lee is actually carrying the younger Mr. Lee. Yeah. So it enhanced the story behind, I guess.
Okay, so your work is on display at ION, and when people go to see your art pieces, you know, what do they say to you? How does it make them feel?
I actually want them to be inspired, which it's good that they are. Like I have written words on guest book that says I'm really inspired, and like it tells me like a story, and I'm like hoping to see more pieces of it. So it's like I want them to connect to the pieces, which work, which is cool. And I thought, hey, good that they are inspired by the quote, and then they are planting a trigger in memory with the quote, with the portrait actually.
You work a lot with words and quotes. Is there one quote that you just love, that you just is your
It's
favorite?
hard to pick actually.
Of course, it's like all your children.
Yeah. But I can tell you, I can recite one that I actually wrote for the love of quotes.
Okay.
It says, quotes, words are a timeless beauty. They tell 1,000 stories. Deliver your purpose. Speak the heart and build character. So it's like the play and the interaction of words inspire me. Creatively, actually.
Very nice.
Thank you very much, Charlene. And we're
Thank
quite
you.
inspired this morning as
That's
well.
right. We're going to go out and be inspired. All right, we've been speaking with Singaporean visual communicator Charlene Leong.
If you want to catch a glimpse of her work, you can head down to the ION Art Gallery. That's where her paintings will be on display until Valentine's Day, February 14th.
That's right. Good timing. Part of the sales actually proceed. They actually come from the exhibition will be donated to charity.